So I made these simple kind of 5 phases, but this is not the biology of how you cleanse. This is just kind of like the structure of how you look at coming into a cleanse, how you'd act when you're in a cleanse, and how you'd come out of the cleanse. So we could technically consolidate it down to 3 steps, really, which is lower calories, get your bowels moving, not eating food, restricting food, having liquids, and then slowly integrating food. So there's really 3 solid steps, but I put it into like 5 phases of kind of how you work your way in and out of the cleanse. So it's easy to understand in your head. Phase 1 is preparation. So preparation means that you kind of want to change your diet. If you're a heavy processed food eater, you want to totally avoid processed foods and do whole foods. It's not going to matter what type of foods unless you have an allergy, but whole foods, meaning not from a package, would be your number 1 goal. If you are, a carnivore diet enthusiast and you want to begin to cleanse, you might want to avoid having meat for a couple of days because that is harder on the digestive system, and you won't want to have that when you cleanse. That's for building. Protein builds. So biologically, during this phase, the liver, the gallbladder, the lymphatic system is going to have less burden on it. It's going to help support opening up those pathways. It's also going to reduce some inflammation, which allows the body to identify incoming or outgoing toxins and reduce that load-bearing volume in the body. So it's kind of like a beginning opening phase. We want to open up. So tools that you would do, like I said, eliminate your processed stuff. Do like dark leafy greens, cruciferous, bone broths, fermented foods, yogurts, things that are easier to digest and that are much cleaner. It's really simple. It's not too complicated. Just no processed. Could be like your main number 1 rule. Gentle support, like having some celery juice in the morning or a little bit of apple cider vinegar in a little bit of water, or doing some castor oil packs on your stomach at night. If you're unfamiliar with those, there's plenty of information out there on the web that you can grab on castor oil packs. If you are doing this phase and you're like, where should I start in this phase of kind of cleaning up my body? Just pick one thing that you're going to do. One thing that you're legitimately going to be able to do. It's kind of like exercise. There are many different exercises that work very specific things, but the best exercise is the one you're going to do. So if it's hard for you to avoid food, maybe you do like starting off with soups and having that as your evening meal. So you're kind of priming your body for less food. If you already are a cleanse enthusiast, then maybe you start doing juices for breakfast and lunch or your first meal of the day, and then just have an evening meal and do that for 2 to 3 days. Really, you could technically do it up to a week. 2 to 3 days is enough. If you enjoy that information and you're serious about transforming yourself into a new version of yourself, then join us January 7th. We're going to start. The Health Freedom membership group is going to start. You can just join us for the month. Get in all the details on how to do the cleanse best serving your body, not for somebody else, and truly remove toxins out of your liver, gallbladder, kidneys, and so forth. Don't let them recycle. In the meantime, stay healthy, stay safe out there, and I'll see you all January 7th.